Hey, so let's ignore the elephant in the room. Uh, Quickly on it, I shaved my head because I wanted some change, and it amazed me how something so simple like hair had so much influence on me, and doubt that maybe I should not shave my head. So, on principle, I had to shave my head because I was feeling scared, you might say. So, but I'm not suggesting you should. 1 or 2 months, the hair will regrow, so it's not a big deal. I'm also quite funny how my head looks. I imagined it would look different. Yeah, so that's that. Elephant is out of the room now. Let's talk about today. Waking up again, second day in a row. So now this is 4th day. I think it's 4th. And 2 days in a row. Yeah, it's 4th day. 2 days in a row. I'm having this. I'm waking up earlier than 5 a.m. I go to sleep at 9, and I wake up like at 3 or at 4. Then I try to go back to sleep, and I managed to, but it's strange. I don't know why. I feel okay. I feel rested, but not energized. The second day when I slept with the first day when I slept for 3 hours, and then the second day when I slept for 8 hours, then I felt great. Now the other 2 days, now I'm feeling not that okay. I feel okay. 1 second, I need to check if I'm filming. So yeah, so that's about the waking up. Again, I had the same thoughts while I'm doing this. My guess is that it's the first week should be hard. Maybe the first month. That should be hard, and also when you come to some kind of stop, or some kind of you get stuck. For example, I noticed a lot of times when I work out, try to work out, I either quit 1 week or 2 weeks after I started, or I quit when I reached some ceiling. So, for example, I'm doing this plan that you go heavier and heavier every time you work out, and after 2 or 3 months, I would reach the peak, the ceiling that I cannot go heavier. Not because it's impossible, but because my fatigue, or I don't know what. And then I would get discouraged, or even either I reached the ceiling or I got some kind of discomfort, some like joint discomfort, some trauma, not trauma, but some kind of pain in somewhere. And then also I would get discouraged and eventually quit. So today wasn't that productive. I shaved my head and I did my workout, I did my cardio, and I stretched in the morning. Business-wise or to-do list-wise, I didn't do much. I ate big amount of food. That's great. And yeah, I spent a lot of time trying to, because yesterday plan didn't work to write down a list of things and write the most important ones and do that, and so I still felt like I'm wasting a lot of time. So now I try to make my schedule. I try to find some apps to make my schedule like minutes. Like you wake up and you put your whole day's plan. Like 15 minutes for stretching, 15 minutes for cardio, 15 minutes for a shower, or 10 minutes for a shower, or 5 minutes for a shower, 30 minutes for cooking and eating, an hour for working out, and you fill that entire day completely complete. And then you have this, you can say, deadlines. Every single task you start, you have a deadline and you need to hurry up. And I found this law, Parkinson's law, that states that the time needed for your job to get done expands and shrinks based on how much time you give it. It's an interesting idea. It basically means that if you're gonna give yourself an hour to do a task, you will take an hour to do the task. If you give yourself, you shouldn't go extreme, but if you give yourself 40 minutes, you will do that task in 40 minutes. So I really want to try that and try to cut every single task in my list. I didn't yet make the entire plan, but I'm really interested to try to cutting using the Parkinson's law and cutting. For example, today I managed to cut my cooking time in the morning by being aware, cut it by 7 or 10 minutes, I think, and cut my eating time by 5 minutes. It doesn't sound much, but that adds up. If you cut every single task by 5 minutes, that's like 2 hours extra in a day. And maybe I can try to cut it even more. So yeah, that concept is really interesting to me. And it also might be that it combines with Pareto's law, or the 80-20 rule, which means that 80% of the results are done by the 20% of the work, or it applies. You can Google it. It applies to a lot of things, like this guy that discovered it found out that 80% of land in Italy belongs to the 20% of the population, and it works in a lot of things. It works even in nature. I couldn't say it works in everything, but you could say that 80% of profits, for example, in a company, are brought by 20% of the people, by customers, 20% of the customers. there are a lot of things on this, and it might be that by cutting down and by using Parkinson's law and cutting down your time, you might do the job a worse job. For example, if you do it in, you have an hour and you do it in 20 minutes, for example, your job might be worse, but those 20 minutes can be the 80% of the results. Like, you need 20 minutes, you need 20% of the time to do the 80% of the result, and the other 80% of the time is 20% of the result. Now, it's great if you can do it 100%, but sometimes, a lot of times, it might be more beneficial to just go with 80% and doing not one task but doing 3 tasks, different tasks. So if you're talking about clients, looking for clients, you can spend 100 minutes on one client and do it 100% and maybe get an order. Or you can spend 20% or 20 minutes on 5 clients and give them 80% of your effort, and maybe you will get not 1, or you will get 3 clients or 2 clients, and it's still better than 1. So yeah, so enough of that. What else I want to say? The evening today is quite disappointing. I decided to watch a few movies right now before I go to sleep. I just feel, I don't know, the important thing is this day. I could not say that this day is a failure, but it's neither a victory. And so if you want to succeed, you need to go all in on victories, but you're not gonna win all the time. So I think it's important to not making a loss into multiple losses. So meaning not letting one day discourage you and letting off on 3 more days, and then a week, and it's a roller coaster down. It's a hill down. Like, you cannot get discouraged by failure. So the important thing, I think the really important thing is to fail fast. You fail, you stand up and you go again. You don't take a week off or a month off. If you're working out, you reach a ceiling, okay, you didn't progress, but you try again tomorrow. Or so yeah. In working out, you might need to take a break, but that's besides the point. Again, I think that's it.